So Akademiks pulled up to the Kendrick Lamar GNX show, and he might have got a little pressed. That's what they saying. I don't know. So I haven't really been paying attention to it. Let's see. Shout out to Fantastic Hip Hop. He did a whole video about it. Let's get right into it.
No, when it comes
you
to
knew I was
Kendrick
covering
Lamar
this.
and Akademiks,
You knew I was
we're
covering
ready to
this.
see
Come
how Kendrick
on.
Lamar and his team just met the final boss of Team Drake and checked him once and for all. Be sure to leave that
final
like and
boss.
subscribe. It helps me out a ton. And now, as with what just really
Hey, it's the final boss of Haagen-Dazs. That nigga ain't the final boss.
went down, Drake is about to lose it because beyond Kai Cenat fanboying overseeing Kendrick Lamar, now Akademiks has met face-to-face with Kendrick's people and has looked like an absolute clown for it. Make sure to leave that like so all of hip-hop can see how everyone is running away from Drake, whether they realize it or not. And now with that said, well, right now,
You knew
with Kendrick
Fantastic
Lamar,
Hip Hop was gonna
Akademiks,
cook. I was
and
waiting for
everybody
this.
around them. Well, after Kendrick Lamar,
I saw that, the Akademiks did this, and I was like, man, let me wait till Fantastic Hip Hop drop a video, because I know he gonna be the right one for this. he gonna haze. You feel me?
and Dave Free met Kai Cenat at the 25th annual BET Awards and just ignored Drewski and made him look like a bigger clown than ever during it. Well, immediately after this moment and after they took home 5 brand new awards and along with SZA got ready for the next stop on the Grand National Tour with the show that they had in Detroit.
Apparently, is it tonight the Toronto show for the GNX tour? That should be interesting. Yeah, so there's probably gonna be making a video about that or something. Stay tuned. I know Twitter's probably gonna be hot tonight with the Kendrick Toronto first. Is that a Toronto show? I don't know. Regardless,
Detroit. Well, alongside bringing the greatest show in music right now to another city and just giving the
I
chance for
seen
more
2
fans
dates.
to
Don't worry
experience
about
the
it. Oh, by the way, before we get too far, just make sure you check out my new single with Mick Jenkins, "Tears," bro. We are almost I haven't even checked the views yet, but we are almost to 90,000 views the last time I checked. Crazy, bro. Crazy. I always see how fast my videos hit 100,000. That's like a benchmark I have. So shout out to everybody. After this, go check it out. I'm going to pin it. I'm going to tag it at the end of this video so you can just scroll to the end and see, or watch the end and see it. So.
Truly is a show that is unlike anything
correct.
else that we have ever seen in hip-hop and really in all of the industry.
I saw two shows.
But with all of
Don't worry
this, there
about
was a surprise at
My
this
paper
show,
right,
and I
don't
guess
worry.
you could say that there was a special guest of some sort, but not the good kind that was coming out to perform a song with Kendrick like Baby Keem, AZ Chike, or Playboy Cardi, and instead, the final boss of just being the biggest crash out and most annoying Drake fan and supporter you ever could be in DJ Akademiks. And now, as right after this show ended, Ak ran to tell everybody about what happened while he was here and just his experience seeing Kendrick live overall. Well, beyond all of the banter that Ak has said, that means nothing. What we can say is that with Ak stepping down in what is his rival sides in hip-hop's show, and seeing the show for whatever reason and motive he actually had beyond his initial claims that he is like a food critic for music, so that's why he came out here, despite not...
He's absolutely not like a food critic for music. Nigga, everything got to tie back to food with academic. Niggas say he a food critic. No, you're not, nigga.
Being the biggest fan? Well, with all of this, and even with Ak hiding out within a suite because he did not want to be seen here or bothered by anybody who maybe has been annoyed at him for trying to take down Kendrick Lamar's image and everybody around him for the last year or so, all trying to benefit Drake. Well, while Ak was trying not to be found and spotted, he ran into the worst people he could have ever wanted to see here in none other than TDE and PG Lang representatives. As with what Ak told us, they ended up meeting with the guy who, in terms of the narratives and claims that have been put out against them, have been spread more and made the most annoying than ever, with Ak leading the way. And now specifically within this, with who Ak told us about meeting and who he...
Akademiks is more like the Drake Bill O'Reilly. He like the OVO Rush Limbaugh. That's what he is. So he's not like a food critic. It's like, nigga, you're like a paid plant.
Had conversations with, which were pretty lengthy according to his own word. Well, at the top of who Ak said he met were two...
Oh, not to pause again, but apparently Drake is going to go on Kai Cenat's stream tonight. I ain't gonna lie to you, low-key. Every time Drake goes onto a streamer's stream and it's not Akademiks, no matter how lame Drake has been, I go, nigga, I see you. Don't worry, Akademiks. You will, one day, we gonna keep pushing. We gonna keep trying to bully Drake into going on your stream. And when he does it one day, I don't need a thanks. I just, just enjoy yourself. I know you're gonna be hot in the pants that day, man.
Two of the biggest players...
That'll be the day he plugs in the air freshener in his basement.
within this group of superstars that is running hip-hop and music right now behind the scenes, and none other than Anthony Saleh,
So
who
those
is
smell
another
like
manager who works
sauerkraut.
with Kendrick, and more importantly, and who Act told us how he was checked by, the man who has been a creative genius next to Kendrick Lamar, and who has made sure that PG Lang and TDE and everything that they put their name on keeps putting out top-tier experiences as a whole in none other than Dave Free, and now with Dave Free. Well, as Kendrick's best friend and longtime collaborator saw Act hiding out within these suites, well, what Act told everybody is that they ended up having a pretty in-depth conversation, and now with this, what Act ended up telling everyone to hear when he was trying to recount this experience is that based on their conversation, he was actually offended at what Dave Free said to him because in Act's own delusional words, Dave Free disrespected everything he quote-unquote stands for because doing the
Shout out to Dave Free, man, the real guy. Some of y'all don't know. Dave Free, the real, we ain't gonna talk about it. Shout out to Dave Free. Man, I ain't gonna, between the Drewski stuff and the academic stuff, them them PG Lang, TDE boys pressing they on a pressing tour. Oh yeah, they trying to whack some shit out. Yeah, I love it. I love the Akademiks saying that he disrespect. I love it. Shit, yes, to his face, nigga. Yeah, what you gonna do, you jiggly puff looking? What you gonna do, evolve, nigga? Sing me a song, put me to sleep? What you gonna do, nigga? And Dave and them is better than me. I ain't gonna lie to you. You ain't gonna tell me you gonna put one of my mans down for any reason. Even if it's if you hit me, I'm gonna put you down and it's gonna be cool with me. Yeah, you getting headbutted or something. Oh my goodness. I'm glad they pressed that. I'm glad they pressed the issue. Yes, sir.
the two
Yes, sir.
meeting,
Yeah, that's where his grandma stay. Where your grandma stay, nigga? What that logo on that hat mean, nigga? That's what they did, yeah.
And straight up asked Ack. And again, now when I say this, just remember that this is a straight up quote from Ack. What are you getting from this? Is Drake paying you? And now with this, before we even go any further, well, the past...
I'm sorry for keep pausing, but Dave Free rapping right now. You know how I get when nigga barring. He said, what do you get from this, nigga? This nigga gotta be paying you. You can't just be slobbing knob for free like this, right? Like you can't be, what? Nigga rapping, you know how I get. Give him a Don DeMarco. Hold on. Don DeMarco, bang, bang. It's like that. Yeah. Rounds on you, Dave Free. Come on. He in a URL battle right now. Dave Free think he Geechee Gotti.
For this, is Drake paying you? And now with this, before we even go any further, while the past 2 days with this moment and the BET Awards have given us some of the funniest Kendrick Lamar related moments, because really from trolling Kai Cenat and Drewski, which we literally saw more than ever in this all-time great moment of Dave, Kendrick, and SZA just staring at them and their facial expressions just telling us everything we need to know about how they felt, to now what we are hearing right now, which is Ack literally being asked by Dave Free if he is working for Drake. I mean, no matter what side you stand on, it is absolutely hilarious to see how in this time where these people are coming face to face with the names that they have talked bad about, and in Ack's case, has rooted his entire persona and efforts in terms of what he has been doing and what he has been talking about to taking down Kendrick and everyone even around his career. Well, with Dave Free just straight up asking the real questions that everybody has wanted to know, it's about as real as it is hilarious, because really, with Ack telling us this and then going on to say that this was the most insulting thing that has ever happened to him, which again, based on this guy's track record and how he has crashed out time after time, that is saying so much. Really, just seeing Ack get checked and exposed right...
Yo, shout out to Saucy Santana. Shout out to Saucy Santana for really regulating this nigga Akademiks. Saucy Santana like the boogeyman for that nigga. If Saucy Santana need to drop an Akademiks diss, I'll be the first nigga to react to it. Man, shout out to Saucy, nigga. Anytime Akademiks get too, but we go, hold on, nigga, don't make us get you, yeah.
Right here in front of some of the people who have been so close to everything that he has been covering, and in a lot of ways making problems for no other reason than wanting to help Drake without any regard for anything else. Well, really, if Ack is as offended as he is saying, hopefully this makes him reflect and maybe even take a step back if what he is trying to say about how he is just being honest about everything he is covering and is not working for Drake is even half of the truth. And now making things even more embarrassing for Ack, as after Ack said that he has just been being honest and that he is not working for Drake, Dave Free was so baffled that you could be the person that Ack is actually saying he was that he literally ended up asking, if Drake isn't paying you, how do you lean that much in that direction? I mean, again...
I know Academics had the same face he had when the Migos pressed him. This the same nigga you say gonna put something down. Y'all gotta know, bro. Academics is the epitome of an internet nigga. Like you gotta understand, this is a nigga who's probably like raised on E-Bomb's world, nigga. I don't even know if he was here when E-Bomb's world was popping. So I don't even know for real, but you can tell he's got that energy. Like if he wasn't in hip hop, he's just like a 30-plus-year-old edgelord. Like he like a Hot Topic. He like one of those people who bought shirts at Hot Topic that had cuss words on it because he thought it made him look tough. Oh. Like, bro, you are a loser, nigga. Like,
Again, despite what Ack is saying, he can't be shocked at all and act like he didn't see this coming, and that somebody as real who honestly has been directly affected by Ack's own words and narratives, as of course Ack tried to push everything Family Matters did as a whole, and of course has just escalated all of this beef and a lot of what Drake has said more than anybody else really has. Just would not ask him these things after so much has happened, and now while Ack tried to cover things up here, and maybe even based on what he told everybody and how he specifically revealed that he talked to Dave and other people from Kendrick's team for quite some time, a lot more could have been said that he didn't even want to tell us. Well, within this, while we don't know the full extent of the interaction,
sure he's not going to tell us at all.
From what has been said and what we can put together, even with Ack trying to push across.
Dave Free might have walked up and checked his pockets. What's in there? What you got in here? Just shook his pockets. Just what's in here? What you got in here? Huh? What you got in here? Just pocket checked them. What you got in here? What you got in there? You got your keys in there? You got your cell phones? Got some CarMax in there?
That he is this super honest and fair individual when it comes to judging music, and especially Kendrick Lamar. We know that's not the truth, because literally time after time. Well, from Ack sharing personal conversations he had with Drake to leaked DMs, which have shown how Drake has worked with people all over Ack's team to push whatever narratives that he wants on pages.
Yeah, we literally saw these. That's why I said, like, bro, there's a lot of people who people call, like, oh, you're getting paid by OVO, oh, you're getting paid by TDE, oh, you're... Really, the two people that, like, kind of I really only believe that about is Maul and Akademiks. Because stuff like this. Like, we literally see this. Like, unless you like one of those parasocial pages where your thumbnail is somebody else or something else and you never show yourself on your social media and you're crazy, those are the only other people that, but like, I don't even think they're getting paid. I just think they literally are doing this to attach themselves and be a part of something because
just Akademiks TV. Well, no matter what exactly is happening and how Ack and Drake have agreed to help
like
each
you guys
other
are
out.
literally,
For Ack to act, and again, he used this
in DMs pushing narratives with each other.
We're disgusting about what literally asked him. He literally has entire teams that try to criticize people like Kendrick and everybody around him. And
it's
every
like we found out he takes payola.
To try and help Drake.
That's why I said Akademiks squandered more. He lost more in this whole beef than he gained. Because one thing that he cannot live without is his credibility. And not that he ever really had credibility, but never have I seen collectively the entirety of hip hop be like, even if we pay attention to this nigga, we don't take him seriously. Like, nobody takes Ack serious anymore. And he knows that, bro. He knows that.
And again, we have literally seen this as the main person who runs the Akademiks TV stuff has had direct messages with Drake that we have seen where they are planning what to say and put out. Literally. Again, with all of this, there is a reason why the people on Team Kendrick and who work on some of the most important things rap has ever seen right now are just saying the stuff they did to Ack, which again, if Ack is truly shocked by this, and let's just say that the impression of Ack and Drake working together that we all think about is something that isn't as bad in reality according to him, well really now from here, Ack should just completely change the way he has been moving if this really meant something, because from here on out, well now that he has at the very least been told of how things look by none other than Dave Free, who is about as direct as you can speak to Kendrick Lamar without speaking to Kendrick, the games could be over if he wanted them to be, but still really with this. No matter how Ack tried to deceive Dave Free and how Dave Free ultimately ended up confronting Ack, no matter what went down in this interaction, what we can say for sure is that once again Drake is embarrassed this week because however you want to put it, the guys who were supposed to be running around and looking out for his best interests are now running and flocking to the guy that has ruined his entire career in Kendrick Lamar, and for Ack, no matter what the cover-up is and what he is saying, with Ack being face-to-face with Dave Free and just pretty much saying to him whatever he wanted to hear to show that he is not affiliated with Drake when confronted about it, well on some level Drake is now the biggest guy.
You didn't even stand on your glaze? Stand on your glaze, man! I thought you was pulling up ready to... No, I swear to Dave, I'm just being... Nigga shaking so hard, the churro fell out of his pocket, nigga.
That he has had on his
you know he had a churro. You know he had a churro,
on any
nigga.
level.
And you know it was in his pocket, no napkin, just An emergency churro, nigga.
in terms of the optics on some level, was trying to befriend and appease the competition of the guys who Drake despises. As again, with the way Ack described everything, while Dave Free and Kendrick all have their thoughts on Ack as a whole, clearly Dave Free was cordial enough
I'm sorry, I don't use it. An emergency churro is funny. I don't care who you are.
to at least have a conversation and hear Ack out with this, and just by the interaction and how it went and how it's now being talked about everywhere.
Okay, let me stop this so I don't. You can watch the end of it. There's like 3 minutes left. Yeah, you got pressed up. I let it see it.